What's up, people? This is Market Omega coming to you from madassmoney.com, going over the trades from this week. So let's go. All right. So I'll be going over the trades from this week. So, guys, we are officially in summer. That's what I'm about to say right now. We are officially in summer. And what that means basically is we're not going to be getting these ridiculous moves like we would have in other months. We're getting these like very choppy action, low volume. It looks like the manipulators have gone for the summer, so there's really not a lot of people to squeeze if you're short. So there wasn't really a lot of action. We in the room, we still managed to squeeze some profits, but nothing compared to like earlier in the year or June when people initially got their stimulus checks and they were just buying everything and the stocks were just going crazy. So that said, regardless, you still have to adapt to your surroundings and the market condition that you find yourself in. And right now, I'm basically taking like a third of my normal size. So, just take a third of the size. Sometimes I don't even trade. Like if I don't see a setup, I just don't trade. I just get out. No need to force anything because if you take a loss, like in this market condition, if you take a loss, it's almost impossible to recoup your gains. It's almost impossible to make some money because, I mean, you don't have any other stocks just running in either direction with volume where you can get in and try to make some money off of. This is just whatever, man. So that said, I'll be going over trades from today and a few standout trades from earlier this week. Okay. So let's start with today. Today we had a few stocks that was kind of gapping up. We had PIXY, MTP, SLGG, and Tops. Those are the trades that we had, right? So I had this on my watch. PIXY was the one I had in mind because right before market open, it just started popping. Right, started getting volume and popping. Now, I mean, I could tell you a reason why it was popping, right? I'm sure it's there's a guy in another chat room that's pumping these stocks, but whatever. It started popping, started getting some volume, so I was like, well, I'm going to watch this stock. So I start watching it. The first trade I took, I took this on the pullback when it broke this level and pulled back. I took it and I scalped it for like 20 cents. So that was like my very first trade, and I was like, well, I'm probably gonna be done because I just thought, well, this thing is, it's gonna be over. I mean, this pop and then drop, and then it's probably gonna just consolidate and drop some more, which is basically the pattern that's been going on for a while. This summer trading that's basically the same pattern. Sometimes they don't even pop up. They just kind of like open and then just fade off. So I took the first trade. It was just a scalp, and I was getting ready to walk. Just call it a day. Turn down my platform, and then it started perking up again, and then volume started seeing an increase in volume. Let me see if I can get this here. So the volume was sustaining, right? There was like this increase in volume. I was like, okay, well, it's not fading off, and it's still holding these levels. So I was like, well, this looks like it could get some legs. So, me, one of my patterns, one of my strategies is I trade patterns, right? I trade bullish patterns. It's mainly one of my go-to strategies, amongst others. But so I was looking at this. It started forming a higher low, and I was like, well, it's holding these moving averages and stuff. So I was like, well, this is looking pretty decent. So I got long. I think I got long on the break of like five, I believe, right here. So if you see this, this is like a double bottom with a higher low. This is my favorite pattern right there. It's just this pattern right here. You guys can take a look at this. So I got long, and basically as soon as it broke this level, this five level, my actual my thought process was to get in around that 495, but when I wanted to do it, it kind of popped and dropped. I was like, okay, well, this could be a fake out. Let me watch it for a little bit, at least maybe give it some room to like that 505 level. So when it broke 505, I got in. I got filled at 503, and then I sold on this push right here. This 520, 520. I think I sold it like 527, I believe, somewhere around there, and then dropped. And it actually consolidated for a little bit and went up. But you know, I was like, well, you know what, I'm done. There's no need to keep trading this. I just figured that they're just gonna try to pull some other stuff, and I'm just gonna take these profits and get out the way. I got more stuff to do anyway. But it ended up popping to about 622, and then it got shorted all the way back down. So if I was still trading this, guys, look at this. This is like a right here. It's an inverse head and shoulders forming. You see that? It's like a huge inverse head and shoulders. And if I was still trading this, I mean, normally I don't trade around this time. I don't trade around this 11:30, 11, to 12:30 Central Time. That's market maker period. It's just gonna get chopped up. But if I was still trading it, I probably would have gotten in right around here, right here. This 4-7 probably gotten in around here, because this is like the right shoulder of the inverse head and shoulder formation. It's just right there, and maybe added over this 485 and then scaled out all the way to 560s. So that would have been a good, solid pattern for me to take right here. You see this higher low, this right shoulder, I would have gotten long right there. So that's that. Right now it's still, the stock is still trading. It's still holding around the around that pre-market high area. So you can watch this for later on. If you still want to trade this, just kind of watch it. It could get some legs. If not, I mean, actually, you know what? Hold on, guys. This is this is forming a head and shoulders. This is head and shoulders is a negative. It's a bearish pattern. So it's the left shoulder, head, right shoulder. Yeah, this thing breaks this like the 450s level. That's it. It could be done. If it breaks that 450 level, it definitely could go all the way down to 4, possibly to like 350. So, but I'm done trading this name. I'm not gonna be worried about it. Another stock that I had my eye on was MTP. So MTP was gaining some volume at the open. So I was like, well, I'm going to be watching MTP. So MTP, PIXY, those are my two top watches. But MTP basically pulled the same pattern we've seen over the weeks. Just open, maybe pop a few cents, and then fade off. So as soon as I saw this pattern, I was like, yep, I'm not even going to watch this. There's no point. I just decided to focus my attention on PIXY. So that was that. Those are the trades for today. Just to go over some of the trades we had early in the week. So let's see, BDR. So BDR was one. Let me try to go back. So BDR. So I like BDR, man. Like, I saw the pattern forming in pre-market, and that's pretty much the trade that I took on BDR. Normally I don't trade stocks in this price range. I really don't like these $1, $2 stocks. Like they just don't trade as smoothly as I would like. So normally I don't trade them, but there wasn't any other option in pre-market. I don't think there was any other. I think maybe like one other stock. So I was like, gosh, and then I was like, decided to watch this, towards the open. So when I saw this pattern forming right here, this is higher low and higher low. I was like, well, this is forming a nice breakout. So here, let me try to do this right here. So this is where I got in. See that break right there? Boom, I got in. and I scaled out. So that's what I did. In this market is basically I'm just smashing and grabbing pretty much. Just get in, get the profit, and get out. I'm not trying to deal with all the chop and low volume. And if you were to take a loss in this market, you can't recoup your money. You just can't. Like there's no other stock that's going to be running where you could say, "Hey, I'm going to size up on this and make some money." But that's pretty much what it is right now. That's the type of market we see. So I get in, make profit and get out. Sometimes I don't even get in at all. But this instance, I got in BDR basically on this break right here. It was a high low holding above the pre moving averages, forming this nice sweet pattern right here with a higher low. So as soon as it broke out right here, I got long, and then I scaled out. So that was for BDR. It halted a few times, opened. It just couldn't get back over this 350 level because that's another level I was watching right here. This would have been that would have been a good entry for me. If it got above this 350, I would have gotten long. But it's popped up, that this pop right here consolidated it and then just flushed. So just couldn't hold above these levels. The VWAP, and then it just flushed. So that was that. The other trade that I took was GEVO. So let's go to GEVO. So GEVO had some momentum the last few days. Um, actually, well, it only had momentum yesterday. Yesterday was like the only day it had. But GEVO has been on a lot of people's radars. So what happened was I took GEVO right here yesterday on this break right here. There was this double bottom right here. I took this on like for 170. I think it was like 170. That was my entry, and my target was over. I think the next technical area was, I think it was about 210. I think on the chart. So GEVO, I took it at 170. I was hoping it would get above 2, which was like my first take profit target. I wanted to get in, take profit over here, like around that 2 level. So I got in right here at 170. It popped up, pulled back. I got nervous when it started coming back. I was like, well, this could very well dip all the way down. My stop was at, I got in at 170, but my stop was like at 145. So worst case scenario, I lose 25 cents. But it basically came down here. A bunch of people got trapped short, and then it just ripped back up. And I was like, well, this is looking good. This is looking pretty decent. And then I was holding this. I was like, well, my target was 2. But it didn't get to 2. It got to like 197, and then just pulled back and then consolidated it. I was like, oh, damn it. I'm not trying to hold this after hours because you never can tell what would happen after hours with these small cap stocks. My goal was basically to get it at 2 and then maybe sell on the spike, but yeah, that didn't happen. It just basically did this, and then towards the close, I just got out. I got out break even. So as soon as it came back to that 171 area, I just got out. But it basically did what I wanted in after hours. Look at this. It went all the way back to 222 in after hours. So I would have, if I had held it after hours, I probably would have gotten my target. But then look, it actually had an offering. So if you were getting long right here and hoping to hold overnight, you just got screwed because they had an offering. And look at this, tanked all the way down to 130, and I think that 130 was the offering price. So usually, a lot of times, the stock would, if it's going up, they announce an offering, it'll tank and like consolidate around that offering price. So this is like that 130. It just kept going 130, consolidating in pre-market today. So it's a good thing I always stick to my rules. I don't try to hold stocks overnight. Only if I'm swing trading. If I'm trying to day trade, you don't want to turn a day trade into a swing trade. If a stock is a day trade stock, you don't want to turn it into a swing trade stock. You don't want to do that. So basically, that's what happened. Also, if you wanted to take a trade in after hours, this was a nice little pattern right here. Let me show you. This is an ascending triangle pattern. Let's see. So it's right here. See this? I would have gotten in. If this was like sometime during the day and this pattern was forming, I would have gotten in on the break of two and maybe scaled out. So this, if you're trying to scalp it, you could have scalped it right here on the break of two. So so that's that for GEVO. Basically, it was a break-even trade on GEVO. Now, the trade that I did pretty well on was NTN. This was from a few days ago. So NTN, let's see, let's go further back. Okay, so this 10-day, 1 minute. All right, cool. So NTN, this was a really great trade for me because this stock had a lot of volume, right? And what happened was it popped up in pre-market and it started fading off, right? And a lot of shorts would have tried to slam the lows at the open. Like they would have thought, okay, you know what? This thing is fading in pre-market, the same pattern. This is basically looking like this MTP pattern where where was this right here today, where it'll just kind of fade all day. But let's see. But that's not what happened. Actually, that's not what happened. And when I started noticing that the stock was perking up with higher lows, I had this on my watch. I'm like, this could take out the pre-market high. So I started watching this, started perking up, pulling back, perking up, and started forming higher lows, getting to the pre-market high. And I like the pattern it was forming. This is basically an ascending triangle formation. Let me see if I can get this, show you guys what I mean here. Just 1 second. You can definitely do it like this. It's right there. It's forming higher lows. It broke out of this level right here, this this area. And when it broke over six. And I was watching it, I was like, I'm not gonna try to buy on the break of six because it's right there, and the pre-market high is right there. There's resistance, and it could get flushed out. So what I was gonna do is just to wait for the retest, which is basically what happened. It broke this and retested. When it came back up, I got long. I think I got long at like five, somewhere in the high fives. I think I got long at like 580. I think. I just have to go back. I mean, this was a few days ago. So I got long and I added and then I scaled out. That's basically what I did on this trade. And it was a pretty solid trade. It did exactly what I thought it was going to do. I got long, scaled out. Now, if we were in a momentum period of the market, say, like if this was like towards the end of the year or like beginning of the year when these stocks are running, my strategy would have been different. I would have just kept adding on dips because a lot of times around those that period, these stocks would break out and then they would just kind of like trend all day, and then maybe during the power hour they rip some more. Now it popped up a little bit. I mean, this was, I mean, from 585 to 776. That's a pretty decent pop right there, and you could take advantage of that. But then it basically retraced the whole move. But I'm not trying to marry the stocks. Just get in, get my profit, and get the hell out. So that's basically what I did. But I like this pattern. And I think I sent a message in chat. I'm like, I'm liking this pattern over here. It's forming a higher low. This is an ascending triangle. I love it. Holding above the moving averages and VWAP, and yeah, that would have been a nice, decent trade for whoever got it. So that was a solid trade for me, NTN. Um, so that's it. Tesla. This is one of the biggest trades I've taken. It wasn't this stock is in my long term portfolio. Okay, so this stock has been. I've had this stock from $192 since 2015. So I've had this stock for a long time, guys. So when did I guess 2014? I mean, this is like long term deal. So I got this somewhere around $192, 2015. That was my Tesla position, and sold it at 1550 a few weeks ago. a lot of people were bearish on this stock. Like, geez, when I was working at this wealth management firm, everybody was bearish. Oh, Tesla is crap. They're losing money, and the market cap is blah blah is bigger than Ford. How can you compare it and short it, blah 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 blah. I'm like, you guys have no clue what you're talking about. You have zero idea what you're talking about. You're basically going by what everybody says. You're following the bandwagon, and just dude, like don't. I kept saying like don't short the stock. Do not short Tesla. Like Tesla is like Elon Musk is a genius. Okay, the guy's a freaking genius. And if you look at the competitors that are trying to compete in the same space as Tesla, like Tesla is like light years away from them. Light years away. Like the battery technology is way better. Okay, the cars, I don't know if you guys have seen the Model 6, like, I mean, the Model S. That's like one of the most beautiful sedans out there. Not only is it eco friendly, it's fast, it's stylish. I mean, you can't bet against this stock, man. Some of these other cars, they don't have the same battery range like Tesla. And on top of that, what you want to drive a Prius? Like, Prius is freaking ugly. It's an ugly thing. Like, a Volt. Oh man, I was like, this stock is just getting started, and plus, like the short interest on the stock was way high. So I'm like, it's only a matter of time until the stock squeezes to oblivion, So Tesla, that was like one of my long term positions, and I was like, I'm so bullish on this stock. I sold out a part of my position at 1550. So I got it from 192 in 2015, and 5 years later I sold it at 1550. So I sold some, and I'm holding some for that eventual $3,000 price break. Once it gets above the $3,000, I'll probably sell almost all of it. So I'm not gonna sell a penny until it gets above the 3,000. Now they have a split coming up. I think it's on the they have a split, and that's on the 31st of August. So that's gonna start. The stock is gonna split. So split adjusted, I'm not selling any more until that $3,000 break right here. That's my next target. So don't bet against Tesla, man. Don't bet against Elon Musk. Trust me. Trust me. Like, keep shorting this stock, you're just gonna blow up. There are a lot of funds that actually lost a lot of money or blew up trying to short Tesla. That's just don't bet against it, man. That's all I'm gonna say. Don't try to short Tesla. It's not good for your account. So yeah, that's one of my long-term positions right there, Tesla. I believe in the stock, believe in the company, and if you're trying to make a long-term investment, one of the first things you have to look at, honestly, is look at the space, right? Look at the competitors, look at the competition, okay, and look at the space they're in. Is there a lot of room for growth? Okay, is there a lot of room for growth? Um, will their products change lives? Like, is it something that you can look at and be like, man, I really want to buy this because it makes perfect sense? And when I look at Tesla, it makes perfect sense. Like, I don't want to be, driving a gas guzzler all the time, right? And on top of that, some of the vehicles are harmful for the environment. That's one. Two, a lot of people would say, well, Tesla vehicles are expensive. The Model S is expensive, but they have cheaper options that are out there. They have the Model 3. They have other options that's coming out. They have the Cybertruck that's coming out. Like, it makes sense, like electric vehicles are, that's where we're going. That's where we're heading. Electric vehicles, autonomous vehicles, that's basically the future. So, don't get left behind though. That's just my opinion. This is not investment advice. This is just my opinion on Tesla. I'm not a financial advisor. Consult your financial advisor before placing any trades. This is just my own opinion of Tesla and how bullish I feel on the stock. So Tesla, that's right there. Amazon, that's another one I'm really, really freaking bullish on. absolutely bullish on Amazon. That's, you guys see right here. It's part of my swing trade. I'm bullish on Amazon. That's the future, guys. All right. So that's about it. That's a wrap, guys. Feel free to find me on chat right there at madassmoney.com. I'll be in there. Look for Market Omega. You know, I'm out there calling out some of my trades and giving you guys some insight into my thought process. And also, feel free to follow me on Twitter at Market Omega. I'm on Twitter all the time, so you guys can feel free to follow me on Twitter at Market Omega. All right, and you guys have a wonderful weekend. Be safe. You know, take care of your family, and I'll see you guys next week. Take care.